I made every NBA player a rookie and reset the NBA with the fantasy draft, meaning that all of these players will be going to new teams and the entire league will be completely shaken up. To no surprise, LeBron was the first pick, followed by Steph Curry and KD. But I want to show you all the full rosters rather than going pick by pick, because that'd be too hard to keep up with. Starting off with the Philadelphia 76ers. They're led by Anthony Davis, but the supporting cast isn't exactly great. The Milwaukee Bucks have R.J. Barrett, Jaden Ivey, and Karl Anthony Towns, along with Michael Porter Jr., a pretty solid roster. The Bulls have Steph Curry, Victor Oladipo, Gordon Hayward, and Alperen Sengun. The Cleveland Cavaliers drafted Kevin Durant and put Jaylen Brown and Drew Holiday alongside him. They've also got Lauri Markkanen and Mitchell Robinson as well. The Boston Celtics have DeMarcus Cousins, Giannis, Tyler Hero, and Lonzo Ball. They've also got Clint Capella and Cam Reddish. Their roster's kind of crazy. The Clippers have Kawhi Leonard, of course. They got the script. They've also got Bradley Beal and John Collins on the roster as well. The Memphis Grizzlies have Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler, the best friends, and D'Angelo Russell is also on the roster. A really good team there as well. The Atlanta Hawks realized their mistakes and picked Luka in this draft. They've also got Paolo and Tyrese Halliburton. That is a nice trio of young players there. The Miami Heat have Ben Simmons, Josh Giddey, and Danilo Gallinari. They've also got Warriors legend Jonathan Kuminga. The Charlotte Hornets have Evan Mobley and Nikola Jokic, along with DeJounte Murray. A really solid team there as well. The Utah Jazz have Ja Morant and Devin Booker, a nice offensive duo there. They've also got Davion Mitchell on the team for defense. The Sacramento Kings have Damian Lillard, Kristaps Porzingis, Chris Middleton, Eric Gordon, and of course, Montrezl Harrell. They've also got Killian Hayes. He's going to be there to save the day for the Sacramento Kings. The next team is the New York Knicks. They've got Russell Westbrook and Bam Adebayo. You pair Russ with a lob threat, oh, they're probably about to go crazy. The Lakers have Kevin Love, Paul George, Kyle Lowry, Buddy Hield. This team's all right. I mean, they've got PG and Kevin, so they should be okay. Dwight Howard is back with the Orlando Magic. Pair him with an elite playmaker in Rondo and a wing scorer in Levine. I like that trio there. The Mavs have Chris Paul, and the supporting cast it's a supporting cast for sure. One of the supporting cast of all time. So hopefully Chris Paul will be able to elevate his teammates. LeBron's playing alongside his good buddy Draymond. They've also got Rudy Gobert, but overall this team kind of sucks outside of LeBron. The Denver Nuggets have Kyrie Irving, and they've got Donovan Mitchell. To help out on defense, they've got Miles Turner, and they've got an elite playmaker in Domantas Sabonis, and some other really good young players like Tyrese Maxey. The Pacers have two of the top picks in the 2020 NBA draft, LaMelo Ball and Anthony Edwards. They've also got Jared Allen on the team. The New Orleans Pelicans have Carmelo Anthony. I know he retired or whatever, but you know what? We'll let it rock. I think that Melo being in this will be interesting, And then for the Detroit Pistons, you've got LaMarcus Aldridge, Klay Thompson, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Mo Bamba, George Hill, and of course, Mark Williams. Let's go ahead and let's get to the next team. And Pistons legend KCP is back. The Toronto Raptors have Jalen Green, Mikal Bridges, Wendell Carter, Jamal Murray. Definitely a nice team there. The Houston Rockets have Kate Cunningham and DeAndre Ayton. They've also got Kemba Walker. A lot of these teams have drafted multiple pretty good guards, so I'm interested to see how that ends up working out. The San Antonio Spurs have Trae Young, Al Horford, Andre Iguodala, Julius Randle. We'll have to see if the rest of the league can handle the Randle. The Phoenix Suns have John Wall leading the way along with Jabari Smith Jr. He just hit a game winner yesterday. Brandon Ingram, Jonas Valanciunas. A nice squad. Maybe Jabari can hit some more game winners for the Phoenix Suns. The Oklahoma City Thunder got D. Rose, Andrew Wiggins, James Wiseman, Rui Hachimura. A lot of players who are young in real life. The Minnesota Timberwolves have James Harden along with Andre Drummond, so Drummond will be able to grab those rebounds, be a lob threat, but honestly, this team kind of sucks. The Portland Trail Blazers have Blake Griffin and DeMar DeRozan along with Brook Lopez, so they get a stretch 5, and they have Isaiah Thomas, the 60th pick in his draft in real life. The Golden State Warriors are led by Zion Williamson and Chet Holmgren. A really cool 1-2 punch because Zion can bring the offense, Chet can hold it down on defense while also being a floor spacer on the offensive side. I think that's a pretty cool duo. The Washington Wizards have Scotty Barnes, Jason Tatum, and Darius Garland, and of course the greatest player of all time in 2015, Hassan Whiteside. So that wraps up the roster breakdown. Let's go ahead and let's get into the season. Starting off with the All-Star teams. You've got Derrick Rose and KD as your All-Star captains. And as you can see, a lot of the star names are here on the All-Star teams. But you also have guys like Jabari Smith Jr. and Ben Simmons, who we haven't really seen making All-Star teams as of late in real life. Of course, Ben has made it before, and Jabari, he's just young and hasn't made one yet. KD is the MVP of the league for this season with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Ridiculous numbers. Paolo, Rookie of the Year. Alperen Sengun, 6th man. AD is the DPOY. And Melo is the most improved player. Here are the All-NBA teams. A lot of the top players in the league at one point in time. Of course, Derrick Rose, due to injuries, he isn't the player that he once was. But hey, here he is on the All-NBA teams in this video. You've got DeJounte Murray making All-NBA. Ben Simmons is back. The Benjamin Simmons revenge tour is here, man. I'm ready for it. AD is on the All-Defensive First Team. Andre Iguodala. Chris Dunn, lockdown defender. Chris Dunn is on the All-NBA Second Team. We'll go ahead and we'll take a quick look at the NBA standings so you all can kind of get an idea of what's going on. But before that, I want to check out the stats and the league leaders for the season. KD was the leading scorer. I would expect that scoring would go up a little bit as these players' overalls increase. I mean, at this point, the best players are around like the mid-80s. We even have 77 overall Zach LaVine in the top 10 in scoring. Kevin Love really does grab rebounds like that. He is the #1 rebounder in the league this season. Chet Holmgren's also up there. Mo Bamba and James Wiseman are near the end of the top 10. You've got Chris Paul leading the league in assists and his best friend Rajon Rondo right behind him in second. And at the 10th spot, you have Jokic, the dynamic big man, throwing all the assists. Hey, did y'all see the Wemby debut? It looked rough, man, but it seems like his stamina wasn't right. He hasn't really gotten conditioned yet. It's okay, man. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. It's one Summer League game. But I was watching Bron's first Summer League game, some of the highlights from that. Man, it was a world of difference. I'm not going to lie to y'all. But we're comparing him to LeBron James because people are saying he's the best prospect since LeBron. I mean, that's heavy expectations to live up to. Anyways, here's the NBA standings for this season. The #1 seed is the Cleveland Cavaliers, led by the MVP, KD. The 2nd seed is the Orlando Magic with Zach LaVine and Dwight Howard. 3rd is the Philadelphia 76ers with Anthony Davis. And 4th is the Atlanta Hawks with Luka Doncic. At 5th, you have the Charlotte Hornets, led by Evan Mobley and Nikola Jokic. The Heat with Giddey and Ben are 6th. The Knicks with Russ and Bam are 7th. The Pacers with LaMelo and Ant are 8th. The Bucks are 9th, and the Bulls are 10th. Then out west, you have the Golden State Warriors at #1, a nice well-rounded team. The Pelicans with Melo are 2nd. The 3rd seed is the Spurs, led by Trae Young. Then you've got the Rockets, the Lakers, the Memphis Grizzlies. The Phoenix Suns are up here with Brandon Ingram getting buckets. The Denver Nuggets have Kyrie and Donovan. They were the 8th seed. The 9th seed was the Mavs. That team kind of sucked outside of Chris Paul. And then the Jazz with D-Book and Ja were the 10th seed. Let's go ahead and let's simulate some of the first round, see if we get any Game 7s, and we actually do. We have one out here in the Western Conference between the Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers. Just as a reminder, this is what the teams are looking like. You got K-Love and PG, and then you've also got Cade Cunningham over there in Houston. Let's go ahead and let's get into it. Game number 7 is going to go to the Houston Rockets. They win by 10 points here. Kemba Walker, Obi Toppin showing up big in this one. Not a huge game for Cade Cunningham. And actually, the Lakers had some solid performances, but ultimately it wasn't enough, and the Houston Rockets are going to move on. We've also got a Game 7 between the Indiana Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I feel like the Pacers do have more talent overall, but the Cavs have the best player in the series, and they're the number 1 seed. So if they blew this, it'd be kind of bad. But the MVP KD, he refuses to lose. He drops 50 in this one to lead the way for the Cavs. And Anthony Edwards with 45 of his own. But that wasn't enough when KD was getting 50. And now that series is over. Let's go ahead and let's check out our second round matchups. You've got Golden State and Houston. So the Chet Zion frontcourt seems to be working a little bit. Then you've got Memphis versus Phoenix. The Memphis Grizzlies have Jimmy and Embiid, and the Phoenix Suns have John Wall, Brandon Ingram. This Phoenix squad is pretty solid. The Cleveland Cavaliers are taking on the Atlanta Hawks. This Hawks team, I really like them, but the Cavs are the number 1 seed, and KD just came off 50 in a Game 7. The Knicks are in here in the second round, and Ben Simmons and the Heat are also here. But what did I tell y'all? Give Russ a lob threat, and he'll really get stuff going. But let's go ahead and see if we get any close series here. And it looks like we actually do have a couple. Some teams were up early, but these teams started fighting back. The Knicks, I believe, were down, but they started coming back in the series. And we've got a Game 7 between the Knicks and the Miami Heat. And we've got a close one. Chris Clemens has the ball here in Game 7 with the Knicks season on the line. Not exactly a great shot there. And the Miami Heat up 3 are moving in transition. Josh Giddey with the basketball looking to make a play. Josh, no screen comes for him. They get the ball to Sharif Cooper. Sharif Cooper passes it over to Ben. Oh my goodness, Ben. Ben stepped out of bounds, bro. Are you serious, Ben? Oh my goodness, man. He steps out of bounds, and now the door is wide open for the New York Knicks. An opportunity to gain a 5 or 6 point lead thrown out the window because Ben stepped out of bounds. Russ gets the screen. He pulls the 3, and it's off. No rebound for the Knicks, and now the Heat have it once again. Sharif Cooper with the basketball. Can somebody set a screen or make a play or do something? Danilo Gallinari has it. Danilo, everybody's just kind of watching. I guess we're going for the Danilo Gallinari ISO. Okay, there's the screen, the fadeaway. Why would you fade? Now Russell Westbrook has the ball. Russ, a nice look from mid-range is good. And Russell Westbrook gets his team within a point. Do the Miami Heat have an answer? Well, they're going to the free throw line. I don't know why I was acting like they were about to make a play. The Knicks do decide to foul, and Sharif Cooper is at the line. This first free throw was good. The second one is up, and it's also good. Some clutch free throws from Sharif. Now can the New York Knicks hit a three-pointer? Russell Westbrook. Russ, why would you spin? You had the layup. Oh my goodness. Pascal Siakam for 3 with the season on the line. Why would you spin, Russell? Why would you spin? He thought he was Pascal Siakam. Bro, just hit a spin move for no reason. Then they kick it to Siakam for a 3. A Siakam 3 with the season on the line. That's the play. Russ, you had 39 and you're taking that spin layup. The season is over. Relocate the franchise to Alaska. It's wraps. Game 7 between Houston and the Warriors. And Houston, we do not have a problem. I'm sorry, man. That joke was terrible. I'm just distraught over that last loss. The Houston Rockets are going to take this one, though. A 14-point win in Game 7. Clutch stuff from them. And Cade Cunningham and Kemba are going to be moving on. They've also got DeAndre Ayton. And the Memphis Grizzlies are also here with Joel Embiid. And, of course, Jimmy Butler. Playoff Jimmy in full effect. The Miami Heat are facing up against the Atlanta Hawks here. The Heat coming off of a Game 7 win, off of the tomfoolery of the New York Knicks. Just terrible stuff from them. But let's go ahead and let's see if we get any close series. Doesn't look like it, unless the Grizzlies are trying to make this. Okay, maybe they're trying to make this 3-1 comeback. Let's see. Do the Grizzlies have it in them? Yes, they do. D'Angelo Russell is your Western Conference MVP, while out east you had Paolo as the conference MVP. Remember, he's on the same team as Luka, and he's winning the conference MVP. I didn't expect D'Lo to be the one getting conference MVP. And now we have a Grizzlies-Hawks finals. This Atlanta Hawks team, I think they drafted really well, so we'll have to see if it pays off for them. And the Grizzlies, they've had a great run to the NBA Finals as well, so we'll see how this one goes. The series is not looking good for Atlanta so far, but the door is open for a potential 3-1 comeback. Let's see if they can do it. No, the door is closed. The season is over. D'Angelo Russell with 26 points to close out the Atlanta Hawks. Paolo tried his best, but it's over. D'Lo is your finals MVP. What a run for D'Angelo. Now it's time for free agency. And basically every player was on a 1-year contract going into this. So pretty much everyone is a free agent. The entire league is about to shake up. Steph Curry is a New York Knick. Bron and KD teamed up. So many things just happened that I can't keep up with all of them. So once again, we're going to do a roster overview. LeBron and KD are teaming up on the Philadelphia 76ers. They've also got Evan Mobley and Eric Pascal. A really good team there. A lot of wings on the roster, though. But Bron and KD teaming up is wild, considering they're probably the two best players in the league. The Bucks have Paolo and Chris Middleton. Eric Bledsoe is also back. The Chicago Bulls have Darius Garland and Dennis Schroeder. Jimmy Butler moved on to Cleveland after winning a chip in Memphis. The Celtics have Boogie, Tatum, and DeMarcus Cousins along with Tyler Hero. That team's kind of crazy. The Clippers have Gordon Hayward and Kyle Lowry. The Grizzlies have KP and Russ along with B.I. The Hawks have Joel Embiid, K-Love, and Bradley Beal teaming up. The Miami Heat, DeJounte Murray, Jalen Suggs, and Otto Porter. Josh Giddey, Colin Sexton, and DeAndre Jordan teaming up in Charlotte. Oh my goodness, look at all the guards on this Jazz team. The Kings are pretty garbage. The New York Knicks have Steph Curry, John Wall, and Bam Adebayo along with Laker legend Kyle Kuzma. The Lakers have Nikola Jokic and Ricky Rubio. The Magic have Trae Young, Scotty Barnes, and Donovan Mitchell along with Zach LaVine. The Mavs, they've got Giannis, they've got Davion Mitchell, Tyrese Halliburton, and Andre Drummond. The Brooklyn Nets have Miles Turner and Lonzo Ball. Rondo and Al Horford are teaming up in Denver. That might equal 3 ticket sales. The Indiana Pacers, Paul George is back. The Pelicans have Cade, Ben, Cat, Franz Wagner, and Mr. Baddies. The Pistons, Anthony Edwards, Jalen Green, and Mr. Midrange, LaMarcus Aldridge, along with SGA. The Raptors, Kawhi is back in his favorite place. It was his favorite so much so that he left. The Houston Rockets have Dwight Howard, Dame, and Jabari Smith Jr. The Spurs with Melo, Kyrie, and Blake Griffin. A nice trio there. D'Lo, the finals MVP, is in Phoenix now. The Oklahoma City Thunder, Derrick Rose, I think he was there before, so I guess he ended up staying put in OKC. The Minnesota Timberwolves have Markelle Fultz, and in Sacramento Kings legend Marvin Bagley. The Portland Trail Blazers with Mike Conley, Triple J, and Mo Bamba. The Golden State Warriors have AD, DeMar DeMidrange, Jabari Parker, and Jaden Ivey. And the final team is the Washington Wizards, and they have Luka Doncic and Ja Morant along with DeAndre Ayton. And I know you noticed some 40 overall players on the team. That's because I imported a 40 overall draft class, and some players wanted too much money. So they're kind of sitting in free agency right now. And what that means is some of them will probably end up getting picked up throughout the season. The All-Star teams are led by Chris Paul and LeBron James. I don't really have much else to say about the All-Star teams. Here's the All-Stars if you're interested. I'm just trying to get to the playoffs, see who the MVP is and all that. And the MVP of the league ends up being LeBron James with the Philadelphia 76ers playing alongside KD. Dennis Schroeder is the 6th man of the year. Rudy Gobert is DPOY and most improved. A crazy award run for Rudy Gobert. D Rose and Steph Curry are on the All-NBA first team with Bron, Melo, and Boogie. There's the All-NBA second team, and here's the All-NBA third team. Also, if you care about defense, here's defense, but defense isn't that important. All you got to really do is just score more points than the other team. Let's go ahead and let's check out the NBA standings for this season along with the league leaders. We'll start off with the league leaders. Ja Morant leads the league in scoring this season with the Washington Wizards, and really not a ton of scoring in the league. Nobody ended up averaging over 30, but Andre Drummond was holding it down in terms of rebounding, averaging a mean double-double there. Chris Paul and his good buddy Rondo were once again top 10 in assists. And I'm not even going to look at steals and blocks this time. Let's go ahead and let's check out who was at the top of the standings for this season. The Atlanta Hawks, led by Kyle Guy, are the #1 seed in the Eastern Conference. The Orlando Magic, led by Terrence Ross, he's back, Magic legend, are the 2nd seed. The Philadelphia 76ers are 3rd. The Knicks are 4th with Steph and John Wall. The Raptors, Kawhi is back, and they're the 5th seed. The 6th seed is the Washington Wizards. They've got a nice roster with Ja and Luka. Bucks legend Chris Middleton leads them to the 7th seed. PG is back, and the Pacers are the 8th seed. And the Hornets and the Nets are the 9th seed. The Lakers were the #1 seed this year, followed by the Utah Jazz. Then you've got the New Orleans Pelicans, the Golden State Warriors, Memphis Grizzlies, Minnesota Timberwolves, Denver Nuggets, Houston Rockets, Oklahoma City Thunder, and 10th are the Dallas Mavericks with Giannis and Tyrese Halliburton. Let's go ahead and simulate the first round, see if we get any close series here. You guys know the drill if you've been watching the videos for a little bit, or if you've just watched this video, you kind of know what's going on by this point. You're about like over 20 minutes in, and if you're this far in and haven't subscribed, you might as well subscribe to the channel, man. Round 2, we've got the Warriors and Lakers. Unfortunately, no Game 7s in round 1. We've also got the Pelicans playing up against the Utah Jazz. Out east, we got the Atlanta Hawks facing the Toronto Raptors. The Raptors trying to carry their regular season dominance into the playoffs as they're in here as the #1 seed and advance into the second round. You've got the Magic facing the Wizards, and now we'll see if we get any close ones in the second round. It looks like we do have a Game 7 between LA and Golden State, so I'm excited to see how this one pans out. You've got Jokic and AD, two of the most dominant big men in the game, and it looks like Nikola Jokic is going to fall to Anthony Davis. AD going ahead and getting the dub in Game 7 despite a Jokic triple-double. It's actually Jaden Ivey who was really hooping in this one. AD did have a lot of rebounds, though, for the Warriors as they advance to face the New Orleans Pelicans. Ben Simmons trying to get a ring. Out east, we've got the Wizards and the Atlanta Hawks, so Kawhi Leonard isn't able to get that ring with the Toronto Raptors this time. Early on, the Pelicans are cooking the Golden State Warriors. They go ahead and sweep them, and it's a gentleman's sweep out east, so no real comp in the Western Conference Finals. And we have the Wizards and Pels here in the NBA Finals. Luka Doncic and Ja Morant, along with DeAndre Ayton, they're going to be hard to stop. But the Pelicans, they've got Cade, they also have Cat, and they have Ben Simmons. And it looks like we've got a competitive series as it's tied up 2-2, headed into game number 5. And in game 5, we've got a close one. The Pelicans are up by 3, but the Wizards have the ball with a little over 2 minutes, 30 seconds left. Ja, the floater is off. That looked like a good look for Ja Morant. Now the Pelicans have the ball with a chance to extend their lead. They get the ball down to Clint Capella. Clint Capella with the ball swings it to Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole misses the shot, and the Washington Wizards are moving it in transition. Ja Morant with the basketball, trying to make a play. Nope, he's just going to go ahead and pass it off. Now, it's a turnover. That was a tough play, man. Now the Pelicans have the ball. Cat, Big Purr with the basketball. Cat, the pull-up mid-range is good. Karl Anthony Towns with the clutch bucket, and that gives him 20 on the night. The Washington Wizards are going to give it down to Enes Freedom. Looks like he might be trying to post it up. Nope, he passes it to John Collins. John Collins back over to Enes Freedom. A tough layup is up, and it's all. And that's pretty much just how things went for the Wizards in the rest of this game, as they're going to go ahead and lose by 7 points to the Pelicans in a pivotal Game 5. Now the Wizards' season is on the line in Game 6. Are they going to be able to respond? Yes, they are, and we're headed to a Game 7. DeAndre Ayton had a big game for Washington, and they are going to force 7. Both teams with a chance to win an NBA championship here, and we've got a close one. The Pelicans are up 3. What a pass from Luka down to Enes Freedom, and now it is a 1-point game. Do the Pelicans have an answer after that Luka dime? A good look from the corner, and it's off. Now the Washington Wizards have a chance to take the lead here. Wow, that pass from Luka was crazy, man. What a pass. And they're going to give it down to Freedom again, who misses the layup, and the Pelicans get the rebound. Oh, that voice crack was crazy. Franz Wagner over to Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons at the top of the key. He's not about to shoot it, I don't think. Ben, he's going to the basket, passes it. A good pass there, and the bucket is good for Clint Capella. Ja Morant has the basketball now, and the Pelicans are up by 3 points. Not much time left. Ja to the rim. He's wide open, and he's going to go ahead and make it. It is a 1-point game. Now the Pelicans are going to the free throw line, and it's Ben. Ben is at the free throw line with the season on the line. The first one is up, and it's good. Ben Simmons makes the first free throw. The second free throw for Ben Simmons is also good. Ben Simmons in the clutch. Now the Wizards need a 3 to tie things up. Ja Morant drops it down to Enes Freedom again, and he goes ahead and gets the layup to go, so I guess the Pels, yep, Ben Simmons back at the free throw line. First one is good for Ben Simmons, and the second one is also good. Some clutch free throws from Ben. So once again, the Wizards need a 3 to tie it. Ja Morant pushing the ball up the floor. That's not the shot I would have took, but it's over, man. This game is probably over as long as one of these free throws drops for Clint Capella, and it does. This one's pretty much wrapped. A free throw shooting masterclass from the New Orleans Pelicans. And Clint Capella is just going to go ahead and make another one. And the Pelicans go ahead and win it. Ben Simmons 41-10. A huge game from Ben in an elimination game in the NBA Finals. What a performance. And the Finals MVP is going to be Cade Cunningham. Now we're going to jump right into the All-Star game of next season. We're going to make this last season of the video a kind of quick one. Here's what the All-Star teams are. AD and Bron are the All-Star captains. We didn't see much player movement over the offseason because most guys ended up signing their deals over the previous year. So there wasn't really too much that went on during the offseason. Bron is once again the MVP of the league. D'Lo is the 6th man of the year. A former Finals MVP coming off the bench is crazy. Dennis Schroeder is your most improved player. Steph Curry and John Wall are both on All-NBA first team. It's crazy. You've got 2 pairs of teammates on the All-NBA first team with Bron and KD, and then Steph and John Wall. I don't feel like we see stuff like that in real life very often, and I accidentally skipped past the third team and the all-defensive team, so that's my bad. But let's go ahead and let's check out the NBA standings. Like I said, we didn't really see too much player movement over the offseason, but the Atlanta Hawks end up as the #1 seed for this year. At second, we've got the Washington Wizards. Third, you had the Orlando Magic. And fourth is the 76ers. New York, with their dynamic backcourt, is 5th. The Raptors are 6th. Pacers are 7th. Cavs are 8th. And the Miami Heat are 9th. You've also got the Celtics coming in at 10th, with Jason Tatum back on the team in Boston. The Houston Rockets are #1 in the Western Conference. You've got the reigning champs at #2, the Pelicans. Memphis Grizzlies are 3rd. Denver Nuggets are 4th. Utah Jazz are 5th, led by Chris Paul. The Dallas Mavericks, not the Denver Mavericks, they're 6th. Warriors 7th. Blazers 8th. T-Wolves 9th. And the Clippers are 10th. So the final thing we have to check out is the league leaders, and then we'll get into the final playoffs of this video, because this video is getting pretty long at this point. Steph Curry led the league in scoring. KD was 2nd. Ja Morant 3rd. Bron was 4th. So you had 2 of the top 4 scorers on the same team with Bron and KD. John Wall was also up there. So that New York duo and then the Philadelphia duo with John Wall and Steph Curry in New York and KD and Bron with the Sixers. Those two teams are crazy, man. They're dominating. Both were all NBA first team. Both duos were. So crazy stuff from those guys. Here's the league leaders in steals. Chris Paul and his good buddy Rondo are both in the top 10. Rondo was actually number 1 in steals. Anthony Davis averaged over 3 blocks per game this season. Ridiculous stuff from Anthony Davis. He's on the Golden State Warriors. And Draymond's on the Lakers. He thought it was real life and he would get to team up with Bron. But anyway, let's go ahead and let's simulate some of this first round. I accidentally simmed past to Game 7. That's my bad. And of course, it ended up being a close one. It had to be a close one when I accidentally simulated past it. My bad, though. Hassan Whiteside. We could have seen the Hassan Whiteside masterclass. 30-8 from Hassan, but we missed out. We got the Nuggets and the Houston Rockets here in the second round, a 1 versus 4 matchup. Then we've got the Mavs and the Pels, the defending champion Pels, looking to make it back to the NBA Finals. The Atlanta Hawks are facing the Sixers. Can Bron and KD get it done and win a championship? They've also got Evan Mobley in Philadelphia, a really good team there. The Washington Wizards and the Toronto Raptors. Can Kawhi Leonard, along with Zion and Clay, get the job done? They've also got Jamal Murray, a really good squad in Toronto. But let's see how these series go. A lot of exciting matchups. We're looking to see if Bron and KD can make the finals, see if the Pelicans can repeat as champs, and we have 3 Game 7s. That's right, not 1, not 2, but 3 Game 7s. We're going to start it off with the Mavericks and the Pelicans, and this one isn't even close. The Pelicans cooked in this one. They went ahead and they won by 35 points. Wow. No, that was wrong. 33 points, I think. Bro, my bad, y'all. It's been a long day, and it's only like, I don't even know, man. It's only like 10, 11 in the morning, bro, but I'm just out of it. Anyway, the Washington Wizards go ahead and win in Game 7. They won by 22 points. An absolutely dominant effort from Washington, and Toronto's going to go down. So Kawhi, he's not getting another ring in Toronto. And in our final Game 7 of the second round, we finally get a close one. The Nuggets have the ball, and Onyeka Okongwu gets the dunk to put them up 3 points. But this game is still very much within reach for the Houston Rockets. They're going to go ahead and give the ball into the corner. Now they pass it up to Jabari Smith Jr., who drains the 3. Jabari in the clutch like it's the Summer League. Knocks it down to tie the game. The Denver Nuggets have it once again. The ball goes to Al Horford. He misses the mid-range. And now the Rockets have a chance to go up. Dwight Howard is in the post here. Dwight swings the rock to Rodney Hood. He misses. Dwight with the tip-in. Some amazing plays in the clutch from the Houston Rockets, and now the Denver Nuggets are down. The Nuggets, they're going to swing it to Al Horford. Now Rondo has the basketball. Rondo, he's going to get the screen. Rondo, the fading mid-range is off, and the Rockets are kind of in control, especially if they get a bucket here. Rodney Hood has the basketball. Rodney passes it to the corner. The 3 is good. Wow, what a shot from Damian Lillard. It's Dame time. And now it might be wraps for Denver. Rondo fadeaway 3. Oh my goodness. Wow. The Rockets were so clutch in this one. And they're going to advance. Dame time. He made that clutch 3. Jabari had a big 3. Dwight Howard had that tip in. Huge stuff from the Houston Rockets, but they're going to have to take down the defending champs if they want to make it to the NBA Finals, so they definitely have a challenge ahead of them. Then out east, we've got Washington and Philadelphia, Bron and KD looking to win a ring. Ja Morant, Luka, Serge Ibaka, and DeAndre Ayton are in their way, though. Let's go ahead and see who gets the job done in the conference finals. Philly was up 3-0 out east, and they're going to go ahead and get it done in 5. and then the Rockets are also going to get it done. So Damian Lillard is your conference MVP for the West, and for the East is LeBron James. That sets up a Rockets versus Sixers finals. Game 1 goes to Houston, but the next 2 go to the Sixers. The Rockets are going to bounce back, setting up a Game 5 with the series tied. In Game 5, though, it was all Philadelphia. Dwight Howard had a solid game for the Rockets, but nobody else really showed up in a big way, and the Sixers are going to get it done here. And in Game 6, the Sixers win, making them the NBA champions. KD is the Finals MVP. I hope y'all enjoyed. Have a great day. Be sure to like and subscribe.